Welcome back. This is 2.5 days after doing the work on the wall. So today I'm just going to tidy up best I can and see what's happening around the wall. Make sure I'm well covered up. I think the worst thing can happen when you're not well covered up. So let's just do that right now. Make myself covered up properly. Okay, so I am going to take these tile separators out first just to see what the wall is saying. I should have took these out about maybe a day and a half ago. But it's fine. I'm doing it now, that's fine, that's fine. So we'll see. They probably just need a good soak before they're given a good rinse and a wash these. So I'll leave them in the bucket for a while because they probably take a while to soak and clean properly. These tile separators, and I'm just going to give my wall a right nice clean. I just want to see what's happening, what's it saying, the tiles, how they look. Soak down. But if you soak it down first, it just makes it a bit easier when you go back over it again. Now I was debating at home because I didn't like the middle band as much. So I was debating at home what design to do on it. But I don't know. I was gonna. Ooh, what was that? Oh, just using the water. Is that there? Doesn't seem good, does it? Not popping off like that. Not seem good at all. That's fine. And just put some more mortar in, that's fine. I knew this one would happen like that, but that's fine. I knew that would happen on that one. It's fine on that one. Just okay. I had a feeling that would do something like that. That's okay. It's all good. I'm not worried. It's alright. Okay. Right. Just tidy up. Now I'm just going to clean this up again. Right. Good soak. I'm just not overexerting myself. I'm just going to let it soak in and then give it another rub down later because it would have softened by then. So I'm not so worried, so to speak. Okay. So my main worry was, because I got these two the same, I wanted an alteration, meaning that and that switched around. I'm thinking, right, she's going to take them out and change them, basically, yeah. So I just want a variation in the middle. I just wanted to do it, it's just that there's no point me just keep thinking about it and not doing it really, I tell you the truth. So, you know what, I'm going to do it because I really don't like the same kind of look all the way around. I mean, it looked good on the bed when I had it out, but I don't know, it just changes. When that happens, guys know you can always take it out. So what I'm going to do is just loosen these up. Just loosening them up. And deep in to the wall and just loosen it up there. Just take it out a bit easily. So, I mean, it's simple as that, really. And I can just turn the plaster around, really. Turn these around, really. And all I do is that bottom one I'm going to put white. So all I do is put some fresh mortar on. So all I'm going to do is just put some nice fresh watery mortar on it. And I'm just going to give it a key, in a sense, on it. Just needs a little bit of a bit of a keying. Okay. Let's get that. Now, all I'm doing is just pushing it back in again. Of course, I can pre-wet it, but guess what? The wall, this mortar is already so wet. I really don't need to do that, really. Yeah. So I'm just going to give it a dab. Making sure it's flush. I mean, I can feel it with my fingers. If it's not flush, just push it in. Sprinkle a bit of water on it. That goes through. Now, let's see what it feels like, so what's it saying. Still seems a bit like it's out. Now you can just rub your mortar back and you can tell where it's coming out and where it's not, and just push it in then. Where it needs to go. Even though there's some mortar coming out, that's fine. From the sides, that's fine. Give it a quick wipe to see what it's saying. Does it seem flush? No, it doesn't. Maybe it's a bit too much mortar in the back. You know what? Make it a bit easier. I'm maybe going to take and scrape of this mortar out. Take this mortar and just scrape it a bit back, because I think that's what's stopping the initial towel not going in properly and sitting right, really. So just take it out. Right. Now, that should be okay. I could just put some more mortar on back of this, then get it level. It's fine, that is. So, just put some fine mortar on my tile. Maybe not that much, just to make sure it sits a bit flush with the other tiles. That's all. And when I feel like it's flush, with the bottom and the top tile, give it a wipe, guys, just to see what's happening, what's it saying. Yeah, it seems flush, so I'm just going to put my tile separators in now. and just let it sit. Just making sure these side bits are done as well. I think it'll look a bit better now. There's just a bit of a variation now, guys. I just wasn't liking it before. I just saying, oh no, I just want to change. I just kept thinking about it for days. It just made me sick. Kept thinking about it, so lo and behold, I'm doing it again. Now, just give it a whack. Just want to see how flush it looks. Is it flush indeed? Just run my fingers across, just making sure that everything is flush at the top and bottom. Does it feel like it? Oh, I've got a moth in here. And that sound in the background of fluttering. It's just a moth, guys. So what I'm going to do is just, it's quite hard not to hear that moth in the background fluttering on the window. There you are. Anyways, let's just get these tile separators in. Oh, I forgot, when I was doing the middle bits, I was supposed to put them on flat down like that, like so. The middle bit was always like that. Thought about that, and I remembered. Push that against it. Feels a bit, look at me punching the wall. It's not good, guys. Punch the walls. Okay. There's a bit. Funny that. I've got a hammer and I'm punching. It's just ridiculous. So anyways. So as I've done that, that looks a bit more better, guys. I don't know what you think, guys, but I think that's the job, the good one. That looks way better. So much better. Unbelievably so much more. I mean, look at it. In between there, you can have that a gander of what's going on. So that looks like a better variation, I think. To me personally, I think it does. Tell you the truth. So, yeah. There you have it. So a bit of variation. Can't believe my nose is leaking. What is my nose leaking for? I don't like that when my nose leaks when I'm working, because I've got plaster on my hands and I don't want to mess around with tissue and all that. balaclava and all that. So yeah, just see what's happening now. So what I'm going to do is just quickly give my nose a wipe, guys. You know what? It's a hassle finding tissue paper here. So I've just done it with my... I know it's not greatest things, but you just grab hold of whatever you can. Should be fine. Should be fine. So, right. You can see a bit of a... Ooh, that's not good, guys. I'm breaking stuff for you. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because that's what it was. There was some rock hard that shouldn't have been there. And that's why the towel was out a bit the usual on that top bit. So, I'm just going to scrape a bit and put another tile in. There's some and the back there. That's just shouldn't have been in the mix. It's not great. That's fine. We'll just have to work around it really. That's what you do. You just work around it really. I'm just going to scrape a bit because like the other tile, you don't want it falling out really. So we're just going to do just some more wet mix I already have in this bucket. And the great thing is this stays good for even after 2.5 days. It's just unbelievable. The mortar mix of Quicklime, and I mean it's been there for about a couple of days. So that's just great. I want to say, just gonna. We normally do this with a plaster, scoring and all that, but I'm doing it on this. It's fine. So I'm just going to stick it in, give it a good tap, see what it's saying. Making sure I'm not breaking this one. I don't want to break this one. So it's quite out. It's quite out that one. So, there and there, so it's flat out. Okay, should be a bit better. That's much better, much flusher but emptier on certain bits. I'll take them again. So when you level with it, you've got a better push, force to push against it, just to get it a bit level. So with that, I can do that. Once it's done, give it a quick wipe. Just to see what it's saying. And once I'm happy, I can put my tile separators in. So, so there we go. Should be fine now. All flushed now. It's good. So, sure these are flush. Seems so much better than before. So much better than before. So much better. Don't want to mess too much, because talking about the little details. I don't want to pack too much into it. Just get it in and then just smooth it out. That should be done. Now we can move on to the next ones, and what we're going to do is we're going to start on this edge. Just going to put the mortar on the wall. I'm just going to get my tool to do that. My tailor. And I'm just going to fill all these up. Pouring it on. Got that. Get bits of that's flowing. We can scoop it up later. Well, let's just first get the initial plaster on wall first. Will be the best bet. Going up. And I'm not worried about so much if I don't fill the top bits up there. Because the top bit I can use, what's it called, to flatten. I can use with the back of the tile. I can put the mortar on then, on that. So it doesn't have to go all the way up, it's fine. That should be fine, that. So, just pouring it on best I can. Okay, so I'm just going to just gently score it. So all I'm doing is just gently scoring it. That's all. I'm not pushing in quite deep because we've all got different variations, so I don't need to go that crazy. Just do it against the wall because it's not flat anyway. So, just getting my tiles and separators ready. My separators are in there. So all I'm doing, guys, is sitting it on the top, pushing it in, sitting it on the top, and just pushing it in, sitting it on the top of the tile, and just pushing it in, basically. So when I've done the first level, what I'm going to do is just make sure they're flush against each other, guys. So first thing to do, just to make sure that they're flush against the wall and themselves. So just get this correct first is quite crucially important. Then the rest of it, and once I've done that, I can start putting my separators really. So I just make sure it's flush. Okay, just laying it flusher. And you can tell if it's flush by your fingers when you're running it up and across the side of the tiles. You can feel it, you can tell if it's flush or not. So yeah, you just run your fingers across it and you can tell, like so. And once you feel happy, wrangle out sponge, making sure it's quite dry, and just see what's it saying really. And if it looks good, then we can move on. So it seems fine. Yep. Seems fine. Once it looks fine, then wrangle out your sponge, make sure it's not soaking wet, guys. The mortar at the back doesn't want to be any sloppier than it is. So just make sure you wring out all your hands from any excess water and just put in your towel separators, guys. Just put in your towel separators. Make sure you try to do, not like me, the bottom ones first. Try to do the top ones, if you can do the top ones first to separate them, guys, because you'll save yourself a lot of headaches, really, tell you the truth. Because the towels at the bottom will start falling over itself, so just push them in, make sure they're all okay, and just get towel separators for the bottom. Now find that you can just push your finger in a bit just to give it a little lift, but it'll be best. I always tend to put about 3 on the end for some strange reason, but that's just me, guys. And making sure the towels are flush, guys. I think that is the most important bit. Is towels have to be flush on the top bit. Have to be flush. So, got that. Okay, got them in. Got the towel separators at the bottom, making sure they're flush along the way. That's quite important, the flush on the top bits. Right. Yeah, again, give it a good rinse out if you want to see what's going around your joints. So you can have a bit of a gander at what's going on. There we go. Just gives it a bit of an indication for me what's going on over the sides of it. So I'm just going to do the same with the top ones. Now, these towels have been previously put in water for a full day overnight. And what I find out that you need to do that, guys, especially when you use any water, because it will suck it out dry. I am not joking here. It will suck it out dry. So, once I feel like it seems flush, just move on. Same again. You've got to make sure that it seems flush, guys. Flush, guys. So, just push it in where it needs to go in. As long as you get these tiles flush, then you can move on and doing the other stuff. So we've got to make sure, it's very important that we first, don't need to do the edge bit there, that they seem fine. Once they are fine, we can start separating them. And you've just got to make sure, guys, your hands are so dry and your sponge is dry as possible. Now when you wipe it down, it's very crucial that you wipe it down with a very, very dry sponge. Now again, as I said, if you're going to put the splitters in first, always do it on the top bit, guys, because it's very crucial that you do it on the top bit. The reason that I say that is because it's such a headache. It's such a headache because once you get the bottom ones in, the bottom ones fall over on the side, so they're going down like that. So let's get the side ones in first. All we're just doing is pushing it up a bit and just getting them in like that. Now the next bit is to make sure that they flush. Very crucial that they flush. Okay, once you're satisfied that they flush, you're just going to give it another, I'm going to give it another clean up. I just want to see what's happening really. Is it flush? You know what? It is not flush. You know why it's not flush? Because as I pushed it up, the mortar in the back of it has pushed in the mortar. I'm just going to get a bit of a rock hard mortar here just to put on these tiles, because what's happened is they don't seem to be flush, because any mortar that was not there, it's just pushed it in spaces. So what I'm doing is refilling my tiles again. It's always best if you do this right before you move on to the next one, guys. It's crucial that you do not jump ahead. We don't jump ahead ourselves really.